What it do, Dream Team? It's your boy D Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with Muhammad Ali, the greatest Ali video on YouTube, part 2. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. What we got?
A couple of guys got this thing about trying to get him steamed up. Calling him Cassius Clay.
No. Cassius Clay, yes.
Why do you want to say Cassius Clay when Howard Cosell and everybody is calling you Muhammad Ali? Then why you got to be the one of all people whose color to keep saying Cassius Clay? Why don't you call me my name, man?
Well, what's your name? You told me your name was Cassius Clay a few years ago.
I never told you my name was Cassius Clay.
My name is Muhammad Ali, and you will announce it right there in the center of that ring after the fight if you don't do it now.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as the two contestants prepare for battle right now,
Who was the one that when he was doing, what's my name, what's my name?
You all know exactly who I am. Say my name.
Oh my God!
And you
Oh my!
What's my name? What's my name?
Say my name.
Sheesh!
the Director of Selective Service is going to establish tonight a random selection sequence.
The Draft Lottery, a live report on tonight's picking of the birth dates for the
Wasn't nothing random about that.
draft.
It was the first lottery used to order men into military service since 1942.
As you have just seen, the heavyweight champion of the world has rejected induction into the military service.
People say, well, the Vietnam War, everybody was against it. Wrong. 1965, 1966, 95% were in favor of that war. Nobody criticized the U.S.
My God!
If you were opposed to the war in Vietnam, they thought you were patriotic and cowardly draft dodgers.
More than half of all African Americans opposed the war in Vietnam. Blacks were disproportionately dying in Vietnam.
What about your unpatriotic remarks that you made?
You said you were the people's champion?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that you're acting like a people's champion?
Yes, sir.
So you only have two kind of men, those who compromise and those who take a stand, see? And when you take a stand, you have to be ready to pay for it.
No matter what you think of Mr. Muhammad Ali's religion, certainly have to admire his courage.
Ali
yes,
had
sir.
the strength to speak in a time you could be silenced.
Dr. Martin Luther King has been shot to death in Memphis, Tennessee.
I still have a dream.
Crazy.
With Bobby Kennedy gone, Martin Luther King gone, Malcolm X gone. Who was there to relate to when Vietnam exploded in our face?
That was a flashpoint, really. I mean, everything that Ali had done before was as nothing compared with his refusal to be inducted.
Suddenly, it didn't seem so craven to be afraid to go into the army and fight this war.
There were millions of young men my age eligible for the draft for a war that we didn't believe in, all of us huddled on the conveyor belt feeding the war machine.
Crazy.
It took an all-white jury less than a half hour to find Muhammad Ali guilty of all charges.
This fella they call Clay or Muhammad Ali, whatever he wants to call himself, is a disgrace to the nation.
While fighting imprisonment for his stand, Ali was also stripped of his title.
When the mightiest government in the world come down on you, and yet we didn't compromise.
You my enemy. My enemy is the white people, not Viet Congs or Chinese or Japanese.
Come on now.
Cassius had receded, and the man who became Muhammad Ali had transcended sport.
Wow.
This nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed.
They were the police, jury, and executioner all in one.
You my opposer when I want freedom. You my opposer when I want justice. You my opposer when I want equality. You won't even stand up for me in America for my
Come on.
And you won't
Come on.
and fight But you won't even stand up for me here at home.
Pray! You want me to go somewhere and fight for this country, but you won't even stand up for me right here at home. Oh my God, bro. Muhammad was just pure and utter greatness. In and out of the ring.
Whether or not he would ever fight again, and his title was stripped from him. How he was a pariah in America.
His ban was eventually overturned by the Supreme Court.
Ali here today a victim. The Supreme Court exonerated for refusing military induction.
This was Ali's return to the ring after a 3.5-year exile.
The time he was out would have been great. It
3.5 years.
Watching a master at work because he had reached his full proportions. Full maturity. The world never got to see the best of Ali.
I can imagine. You just imagine what those 3.5 years would have been, bro. Oh my gosh, bro.
What you got was plenty, but you didn't see the best of them.
Oh my Lord! Oh my God! He done for. Come on, Ralph.
And now Ali is behaving like the old Ali.
See, he didn't spend
Ralph, stop the. Thank you.
Hills and hitting the heavy bag. He wasn't doing anything.
It's over. Ali is the knockout winner.
2 undefeated champions, 2 champions of the first rank, and Ali coming back to reclaim in many people's minds what was rightly his, but not against some patsy, against Joe Frazier.
Muhammad Ali in the ring in a beautiful, beautiful red and white robe. Now here comes Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier will be here any minute.
We have 2 undefeated fighters in there. Frazier has won all 26 of his bouts with 23 knockouts, and Muhammad Ali has won all 31 of his bouts with 25 knockouts.
The young Muhammad Ali would have run circles around Joe Frazier.
Oh my God!
Look at him.
Oh my God!
I mean, he doesn't look anything like he used to look. I mean, he's bouncing around a little bit in the beginning.
The crowd is chanting Ali, and Joe says, "Come on out and fight."
But he's just not the same guy.
Ali didn't have the speed to avoid punches, but he
my God!
Fight.
A wicked punch.
Oh my Lord! This is tough. These are 2 men, and I watched this fight that just delivered absolute punishment to each other. They took each other to hell. Like they pushed each other as far as you can possibly push someone in that boxing ring. Like, and neither one of them wanted to back down.
The round is over. What a round.
I don't know how he survived that round.
Joe just relentlessly keeps going. He has more stamina and power than anybody I think I've ever seen. Don't you, Archie?
15 and final round. Referee, time is important here.
Oh my God!
You felt like the world wanted him to stay down, to lose.
Many wanted to watch this liberal black draft dodger get his ass kicked. He wouldn't give him the comfort of him staying down.
Ali got up simply because he knew that that's what they wanted. And to every elder statesman in the black community that I've ever known, every one of them remember that story.
Champion of the world, Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier. For the first time in his career, Muhammad Ali was beaten.
The question on everyone's mind was whether Ali could ever be the fighter he once was.
And when I do come back, if I ever do, I'll have more of a hunger, determination, which is something you lose in the intoxication of so-called greatness.
Muhammad Ali, I am told, suffered a broken jaw in the first round. Nobody can really believe what they have seen.
Oh my God!
It's a tired Ali and a hurt Ali.
Frank Rustich, 7 points Norton, 5 points Ali.
There it is! There it is! One of the greatest upsets again in boxing history. He has a...
Dang, man. It's just tough, bro. It's tough because you just know. Without those 3.5 years taking Ali in his prime, it's just he's not taking that kind of punishment. He's not taking it. But I feel like those 3.5 years did make Ali who he was. Taking that stand did make him even greater in a sense than what he could have done in those 3.5 years inside of a ring. So it's like you wouldn't change his story because what he did was greater than anything he could accomplish in the ring.
One of the greatest upsets again in boxing history. He has a broken jaw, he is a beaten man, and he is a broken fighter. And so all of the millions of dollars that loom before him with a Foreman match or a Frazier rematch are suddenly gone. What was once a very great fighter becomes now part of fistic history in all probability.
George Foreman had annihilated everyone that stepped in the ring with him.
I had beaten everybody that Muhammad Ali had lost to.
The challenger for the heavyweight title, Big George Foreman, the undefeated heavyweight.
I must break you. So I thought I was the toughest thing ever invented.
And George was a big, strong, young, impervious to pain heavyweight.
If he put you, if he put you 6 feet deep, ultimately.
Oh
George
my
didn't have
God!
He was that vicious.
One punch of mine was equal to 20 of any other heavyweight.
Whatever he hits, he destroys.
God dang, man! My God!
Got Joe Frazier, who had dropped Muhammad Ali.
The most menacing heavyweight of all time. It would be George Foreman.
I was going to be the best heavyweight that ever existed.
He is with Ken Norton, and the reason for that, of course, is that he doesn't like George Foreman one bit. Do you really believe, Ali, that he can beat this man?
Yeah, the man went 24 rounds with me, broke my jaw in the first round. I was in shape to second fight.
In those days, he was a bully. The people around him were afraid of him. Foreman had really brutalized the people who trained him, and they were terrified of him.
Given the hell he gave me, as fast as I am, as accurate as I am, I couldn't whoop Ken Norton.
I had beaten the best in Joe Frazier. No doubt about it, I had beaten the best. People had something to say about that.
My
said, you know what?
Lord!
I'm going to kill one of these fellows, then they'll shut up.
And it looks like Norton has really been...
God!
Foreman was a guy who destroyed Frazier, destroyed Kenny Norton.
Whipped by Kenny Norton out easily.
Once again, Muhammad Ali.
Oh my God, bro! He's just walking through people.
He found himself in great demand. The WBC and the WBA mandated the fight. The public certainly wanted it, and the media clamored for it.
I think George Foreman will knock Muhammad Ali out, and it'll end Muhammad Ali's career.
Other boxers were scared, handlers were scared. The only person that didn't appear scared of Foreman was Ali.
I'll prove to the world that I'm still the fastest, the prettiest, the most classist, the most scientific, the greatest fighter of all time.
Everybody was scared.
We gonna go ahead and stop it for part 2, bro. This man is greatness personified. That's all we got. You guys got a favorite video suggestion? You can subscribe to Patreon and drop it in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. It's your boy Neal. Out.